All right, so this special offer is only available at the URL below, which is discount.autofunnel.ai. If you go to our main website, you click on pricing and go do that, you'll see it's already $2.99 a month. We have no annual option at all, actually. So this is a special offer if you don't have Autofunnel and you want all of these features and to get grandfathered in, like our previous customers, then you have until Monday to take advantage of that. And that's at discount.autofunnel.ai. Oh yeah, and one more thing. As you probably heard, last year we created the #1 AI course in the world. It's called AI Mastery Live. And AI Mastery Live included 6 weeks of training, personally taught by me, and a full year of meeting with me every week to discuss your business. Pavle is there every week, Nick's there almost every week, and the whole team. Over 2,000 people took this course, and it was a huge hit. And I'm excited to announce we'll be unveiling AI Mastery Live 2.0 next week. And it's all completely new, completely updated content. A lot of the stuff you guys have been asking for, totally revamped section on Facebook ads, for example. I dive deep. If you guys don't know, before Autofunnel, I had multiple startups, and it was always bootstrap, figuring out myself, and I'll show you exactly what I've learned through all these years. So this has brand new in-depth videos on everything you need to know about building a business with our tools. And just like the previous version, this one will be free to anyone who is a part of Autofunnel Pro. Autofunnel Pro has everything, and that's what you're going to get for the $14.97 before Monday. So keep an eye out on your inbox for that. Make sure to grab this while it's discounted if you're interested. All right, guys, so super fun. Had a blast showing you guys that stuff. I hope you enjoyed it, and let's do a little bit of Q&A. So, Pavle, do we have any questions there?
Yeah, we actually have a bunch of questions, so I'll start from the beginning. This one's about Broadcaster. Does this mean we can finally get rid of MailChimp? I hate using Zapier to connect to other websites. It's so confusing.
That's correct. So you will not have to use Zapier at all anymore. This will do everything that MailChimp does and more, because we actually write all the content for you. So super excited about that. That was one of the biggest pains that we felt like was, letting you guys get in here, build everything, and then we had to tell you to go use another service. So we are absolutely, you'll be able to cancel that subscription.
Okay, and next one also about broadcasts. Can texting and emails be used in Australia? And can we add contacts from other lists outside of Autofunnel to the contacts lists?
Yeah, no, so absolutely. You can upload any list that you have anywhere else and then use our platform. If you have tags already, you'll be able to tag them and all that stuff to do all the cool things that you want to do. Even if you have multiple businesses, you can do that super easy. We've made it super simple for you. Yeah, as for Australia, definitely email. I know that it does work with text as well. You just want to make sure you have an Australian phone number, most likely, Pavle. Wouldn't that be correct?
Yeah, you would have to
pay
register.
the international charges and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly. As long as you're sending within your country, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
So if you're from Australia, it's going to work in Australia.
We don't do Australia because I'm in the US, and then we end up sending text at like 4 in the morning and pissing off everyone. So, but you'll be fine. So.
Okay, another one about workflows. Is this what's used for the weekly follow-up setup you guys teach in the course?
Yes, exactly. So we'll be teaching about workflows in AI Mastery Live 2.0, and this is exactly what we'll be teaching and using ourselves.
Okay, perfect. Another one about broadcasts. Can we schedule a single broadcast to the whole list for a specific date in the future?
Yes, you can do both. So you can choose a specific date. You can do it right now if you want, and you can do it to any segment. Since we automatically know that, we have like 2 root tags that we tag every single person. And one is, excuse me, lead, and the second one's customer. So if you just want to do the leads who haven't bought, it's like really simple. Just click a button. If you want to do only customers, super simple as well. And you can schedule that for a later date.
Okay, perfect. And this one was kind of in the middle, so I think we answered it, but I'll still read it out. Can I get an agency version of Autofunnel 2.0 so I can build my agency on Autofunnel?
Yeah, that was a big internal discussion, because that's something we only did, with some private clients. But yeah, since the price is raised, we decided to give people access to sub accounts. So with this version, you will get that.
Okay. If I get Autofunnel now, do I get the podcaster and the mentioned course creator when it comes out as well?
Absolutely. So when, a course creator, we want to have that out before the end of the year. The challenge there is, it's similar to podcaster, really, right? That makes audio courses, basically. That's what a podcast can be, depending on how you prompt it. And so the next challenge is for us to build a complete video with that. And we're going to do it the same exact way that we're doing this now. So you guys will not have to pay more. And just to
Oh,
clarify something, with all of this stuff, with Bookle, it's pretty cheap to make books. And so with video or something like that, it'll be X amount per month. And if you want to go over that, you would have to pay, like a fee to go over. We don't have that exact amount, but I just want to make it, that's the only time the price would change is if you were a heavy, heavy user. We have one person make 800 books, believe it or not. So we do know that some people become super heavy users.
okay. Next one. It's our podcaster. Can we publish our podcast on any of the big platforms? Can we choose Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc.?
Definitely, you can do all of them, right? And you own all of the content that you make with our software. So it's not like we own that content. And absolutely, there's no issue uploading those.
Okay, and here's an interesting one about podcaster. I assume, will there be a functionality to convert our books into audiobooks?
Yeah, so that is something, Nick, we've talked about that, but what do you think about that?
Yeah, absolutely. There's huge possibilities with the podcaster to turn the audio, like turn books into audio. But we want to focus on podcaster first, nail that down. There's a lot of UX we have to clear that up, and then we'll see, okay, how are we gonna go beyond that, how are we gonna bring the audiobooks, obviously, and then bring that podcaster engine into other areas of the funnel, which is Bookle, the very first candidate for expansion. But absolutely, that's on our to-do list.
Yeah, love it.
Okay. Can we use Autofunnel to sell other digital content and products not made inside of Autofunnel?
Yes, absolutely. So if you already have, physical books, if you already written a book, if you want to sell courses you've created, anything, even physical products that you drop ship, you can do all of that inside of Autofunnel. So super easy to do in the pages.
Okay, and with Podcaster, will we be able to connect 11 Labs to use our own voices?
Yes, absolutely. If you have, especially like the professional voice on 11 Labs is so good. That's the big reason we wanted to include that. We are planning on bringing in our own version. All of the ones that you can use, the professional voiceovers, that's on our servers that we have been developing and working on. So we're doing the technology side as well. But 11 Labs has done so well with their professional voice cloning. We knew some people would want that. So we have that option will be available at launch.
Yeah, we just want to provide some cheap option for you to experiment, to play, just in case you don't have 11 Labs subscription.
And we figured some people would, there'll be two types of customers, one that will want their voice to be on there because this is their brand, and also one that might be doing more incognito style brand, where you might not want to be the face.
Yeah, as I love my voice, but I would prefer a different one.
Okay, and here's one from the current customers. I heard that we're getting AI Mastery 2.0 next week, but will we be getting all of this software as well?
Yeah, so the rollout will be about a 6-week period, Nick. Is that fair to say? 6 to 8 weeks, something like that, rollout for all those?
Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, we're trying to give all updates. If you're an active subscriber, all updates you got for free, including all new software.
Yeah. And I think we're doing contacts will be next week, so we'll have that very soon. Agency version will be next week, so you guys can do sub accounts. Then right after that, we'll be doing podcaster is one that's like I know is in QA, and that's something Nick that we're looking at.
It's getting closer.
Quick.
Yeah. Instead of just dump it,
that could be the next one. That or broadcast. Those are two kind of at the finish line together.
Yeah, instead of just releasing everything for you guys and then just dump all that beauty on you, We want to do like staging, like, one piece at a time to make sure the quality is good, and then also like get you guys used to those tools. We're gonna have to write learning materials, videos, articles, how to use it effectively. So it's a lot, and also a lot for you guys, to digest all that, enormous amount of new features, new buttons, new like flows. That's going to be a lot. So we want to give you like one at a time, and we all go over those features on these Thursday meetings that we have weekly that Trey mentioned, which is also a very big and important part of this training. And yeah, so really excited to get your feedback on all those new features. And yeah, really cool.
Absolutely.
Okay, we have a few more. Will there be a membership site add-on to create courses or place for subscribers or customers to download or consume materials?
Yeah, so that's definitely something we want to add in the future, which would include, account creation for those people. So that's something that we will be adding in the future. Especially once we get Coursera out there, there'll be a much bigger need for that. Since we'll have software that actually builds courses, then hosting them is going to become a more important, problem for us to tackle. So.
Okay, and we have one from Camille. Camille, I'm gonna butcher it a bit because it's a longer question, and I think I might explain it a bit better. So Trey, if a client, for example, an agency client has a course they're selling and they get some customers, we put them in one workflow. How do we separate that workflow from their usual marketing workflow that goes out to their leads?
Gotcha. So there's a bunch of rules that are set up that I didn't go over that would have been kind of complicated to show them this, but that's how it would work. So you can have as many workflows as you want. You can have it when a person exits workflow A, they're automatically put into B depending on their tags. So you could have 10 workflows. Everyone goes through the first one, and then they go to one of 9 different workflows depending on the actions they take during that. Did they open, a bunch of emails? Did they reply to a text message? Did they purchase something? So yeah, so we'll have full automation that gets people to go through the different workflows as well.
Okay, perfect. Let me just see if we have a couple of new ones. Did we mention what the price would be if somebody cannot purchase before Monday?
Yeah, so it'll be $300 a month is what it will be. So after Monday, we got a special offer on an annual. So you pay for the whole year up front and get 60% off.
Okay. Gene asked, can we plug a blog post into Podcaster so it reads it as a podcast episode?
Yeah, so what you would want to do is when you're prompting Podcaster, you would want to take and summarize that blog post, get all the main points in that, then you drop it in there into Podcaster and manually kind of tell it, hey, I want to base something on this, which is fun because I believe one of your first versions of Podcaster, Nick, you actually had it where you paste a URL. Wasn't that right? Was that Podcaster?
Yeah, we've been discussing that one. So many people like writing blogs, and then they want to like just extra exposure through the audio. I like audio. I walk in dog and I listen to audio podcast a lot, and but reading does not have much time. So yeah, I think that's another avenue for you guys to to bring more eyes and ears in this case into your product or into your area expertise. So definitely you can, we will allow to have a longer prompt for podcaster that you can just literally copy paste whole article, like, and say like, hey, summarize this one and create podcast based on this information, semicolon, boom, all your long text. And that's what's gonna be like this podcast. Then you can attach your voice with the 11 Lab, and then put some music, do fancy artwork. You'll be able to upload your own artwork if you artist, or you have artists on the premises that can do awesome. So that's all totally cool. And yeah, and then just expose and just see how podcast works for you.
Yeah, love it. Okay. I think I saw one more. Yeah, I'm assuming this is about Podcaster. Is it available in multiple languages?
Podcaster, that's a good question for Nick. Have you tested? I know since Bookle and our other software is, but that's a great question. Nick, do you have an answer for that?
Yeah, so we did. Yeah, we know that Bookle, we have a huge demand for like a native support of different languages, which we do have in our pipeline in the backlog, but we don't execute on that. For Podcaster, we are thinking about from the beginning, and we did some tests. We're going to focus obviously on English first because we want to deliver. Our English speaking audience is huge and we want to deliver and that as fast as possible. But we're definitely going to support different languages, and especially with the voice and 11 Labs, they support like tons of languages. So that's not going to be a problem. And but it's just for expectations. Yes, eventually we'll do. At launch, we do not, but yeah, we actually hear you guys said that you want to do that stuff. But again, because as the book will have some kind of workarounds to do that, for some people it works, for some people not. We expect Podcaster that those workarounds will still be available, especially when you do 11 Labs as a your voice. If you connect that can be done, but we'll try to see our test and do a couple more, see if we can do that at the launch. But again, 99% we'll probably stick for English for now, but eventually for sure we're gonna expand that to different languages.
Yeah, awesome. Hey guys, if you have any other questions, pop that in the question box. We're happy to answer a few more for you guys. I know we went over a lot of content, and thank you, Nick, for that answer. That actually sounds great. So, Pavle, do we have any more here? What's going on?
Yeah, I have a good one here. Will there be training videos on each of these new tools we just announced?
Absolutely. So the way that we're doing AI Mastery Live 2.0, first off, we're going to have help articles and all that kind of stuff for everything. But the way we're doing AI Mastery Live 2.0 is it's really centered around the software, because we now finally can really complete that circle. With AI Mastery Live 1.0, we didn't have all the tools we have now, especially when I launched that a year ago. So yeah, so we're going to really formulate the whole entire thing around all of the products that you saw. And we'll update it one day when we have Coursera as well and talk about that. So yeah, so you'll be able to get training through that as you go through the course. And then you'll also be able to have help articles and stuff for specific things.
Okay, and I have an interesting one from Troy here. Will we release A/B split testing for funnel pages?
Ooh, we have something we're working on, Troy. I think, should I spill it, Pavle?
I think you can give him a little hint.
A little hint. So
Yeah,
we actually
he'll
got
love it.
something that we're working on much bigger than that we think is going to change the whole industry. And it's automated split testing. So imagine you're testing like 15 pages, 15 headlines, all this kind of stuff automatically. And as soon as we find out one headline does better, we test variations, and it goes down a rabbit hole, and everything's automatic. That's what we're working on building, which
But
I think is
the key part, all those 15 variations is not made by a human. That's what I emphasize.
Yeah, that's an important part. Yeah, I'm not talking about you doing the work. You just describe everything, and then we figure out the best path. So, yeah, so that's something I'm super excited about that we're working on. It's not going to be ready for probably a couple months, but it'll be exciting.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm really excited about that one. Just want to emphasize, like, we've been working on this trail like whole year pretty much. Like, we have that idea, and then we do mock-ups. No, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. And we how we want to maximize the revenue for our customers, how we want to give them something that they can go to the bank. And I think they someone I see in the comments, AZ testing. That's pretty hilarious, and that's
I love that.
Really what we're actually gonna do.
We might have to steal that, whoever posted that. That's pretty good. All right, Pavle, anyone else?
Yeah, let me see if we have another interesting one. Will we be able to pull audio from Podcaster and turn it into social media posts?
Oh, that's interesting. I have to be honest, we haven't really thought about that. The issue I would believe would be the video part, right? So I think that would be more of a courser type thing when we came out with that, because you need some video component to upload it. So probably not unless you took the podcast. You'll be able to download it in like, MP3 format. So you could absolutely take it and then drop it in software and do something on your own with it. But no, that's a great question. But and that's an interesting use case for, for future products.
Yeah, I mean, if you keep the text very short, I don't know, like was the under like few sentences, that you definitely can do that. Maybe remove music, like do not opt in for the music, or actually do music. It's up to you. But yeah, totally. But you can download MP3 and do whatever you want with this MP3. Put in video game, do it for social media, or like I don't know, send to your mom. It's like up to you guys. So definitely be creative with that.
Awesome. Love it.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's about it. Now it's a bunch of repeat questions. And I just want to make sure everybody knows we'll send everybody a replay of this event in case you missed an answer or want to go over something again. And Trey, just to be clear for anybody that's a current customer, because I see a lot of questions about that too. Anybody that's currently an Autofunnel member, you get all of these upgrades for free. You're grandfathered in, so no need to, purchase anything again or join.
Yeah, as long as you're a subscriber for that original price you got in, you're going to keep that price and get all the new features, for forever. Like I said, the only thing that we might have to do with some of these new ones that are eating up a lot of CPU power, costing us a lot more money, is have a limit. After, if you make I don't know, 20 podcasts in a month, which is a lot, then at that point, if you want to go over that, we might have some sort of limit. We have discussed it. We don't have pricing on that, but no, absolutely, you get all the stuff for free, just like if you were paying the $2.99 a month for it.
Yeah, but we expect for majority of people, the quota will be like generous. It's like if you like go beyond that, and we still have to figure out the cost of goods that we actually need to spend on servers, stuff like that.
Yeah. To be super clear, the goal is, for anyone using the software in a normal environment, for you and clients is you would not have to pay more. So.
Okay, guys. Looks like that's it with the questions.
Awesome, guys. Well, hey, listen, thank you guys so much for showing up. This was a blast. And thanks Pavle and Nick, and thank you Caroline for silently being the back end host there and doing the technical stuff, and Nick and Pavle for helping me with my technical error and getting on for a second while I could fix that. So that was super fun. So listen, guys, if you're interested in this, I'd strongly recommend you grab it before end of day Monday if you're interested, and that's only a discount to Autofunnel.ai. So I would make sure you write that down or something. Just to make sure you have that, because again, if you go to the regular site, you're not going to see that discount. So that's only going to be available on our on that page. So thank you guys so much. As you can see, we've been busy at work for you, and we're excited. We're going to keep on building out great stuff. I can't wait to get this in your hands, and look out for an email in the next week or two